Hi guys, first let me preface this by saying I have the mother of all colds, so please do bear with me. Anyway, into the video. In an earlier video, we examined the M14s which appeared in Ukraine back in March 2022, and since then there have been a number of intriguing sightings of what, at a glance anyway, appear to be Mk14 Enhanced Battle Rifles or M39 Enhanced Marksman Rifles. The EBR and EMR emerged during the global war on terror in the early 2000s as an improved variant of the 7.62x51 M14. The project to develop a more compact, improved M14 reportedly evolved from a request from the US Navy SEALs in the year 2000 for a rifle for Arctic warfare. This eventually developed into what became the Mk14 EBR, with the development led by the Naval Special Warfare Center at Crane and input from commercial specialists and manufacturers like Smith Enterprise and Sage International. The result was a rifle with an 18-inch barrel and a new flash hider, with changes to the operating rod guide, a new stock chassis, and a raft of accessories. A number of different variants were built, including the Mk14 Mod 0, Mod 1, Mod 2, and the Mk14 EBR-RI, and the US Marine Corps' M39 EMR. In total, between 2003 and 2011, just over 9,000 of these upgraded variants were assembled. Given the significant number assembled and the fact that they've been replaced by rifles such as the M110 semi-automatic sniper system, which have already been seen in Ukraine, do check out my video on those if you haven't seen it already, and the M110A1, it wouldn't be surprising to see Mk14 EBR variants turn up in Ukraine. Over the past 2 years, I've been tracking sightings of what appear to be Mk14 EBR variants, but on closer examination, some of them aren't quite exactly what they initially seemed to be. Several were in fact kit builds using standard configuration M14s, which reached Ukraine in early 2022. I also have an earlier video on those as well. There'll be a link card in the video somewhere. Some, however, do appear to be surplus Mk14s. First, let's examine some of the kit builds seen in theatre. The first appears to have been assembled by Knockingfoot's Yuri, an American volunteer who enlisted in the Ukrainian army in early 2022. Yuri explained to me that in late 2022, following combat experience where he wasn't satisfied by how well 5.56 suppressed a Russian position, he decided to assemble an EBR clone using a donated chassis. Yuri noted that parts for the rifle began to arrive in December 2022, and by January the rifle had been assembled. Yuri was seen with the rifle in numerous photographs, with it in several configurations. It had a standard 22-inch barrel, a Sage International M14 ALCS chassis, and an M14 DCSB detachable cantilevered sight base. He mounted a 1.5-6 Elcan Spectre DR optic on the rifle, opting for a more battle rifle style setup. The rifle was damaged in February 2023 by a Cornet ATGM blast, which bent both the barrel and the chassis. In early May 2023, another rifle which resembled an M14 EBR-RI with a 22-inch barrel and a black Sage International M14 ALCS chassis appeared in use with a member of an International Legion team. This individual and his rifle were again seen in May 2024, appearing in a number of interviews with Ukrainian media. His call sign was revealed to be Solo, and he was described as a marksman and a squad leader with a unit of the International Legion's 3rd Special Purpose Battalion. In the interview, he explained that the rifle was originally a wooden-stocked M14, converted with a Sage chassis sent to him by a friend in the US. Interestingly, between May 2023 and May 2024, it appears the rifle's setup has evolved, with new FDE-coloured rail covers added and a short tank IDEX handguard replacing an initial longer black handguard. These parts were likely acquired in Ukraine. Most intriguingly, in November 2023, the first Mk14 Mod 1 appeared. The Mod 1s are characterised by their shorter 18-inch barrels, a Sage M14 ALCS/CV-BS stock assembly with a Magpul CTR FDE stock with a cheek riser, mounted on a buffer tube extension rather than the earlier collapsing stock. The rifles also feature LaRue LT608 extended Picatinny risers and short tan handguards. And the rifle seen in the photograph is equipped with a Schmidt & Bender PM2 5-25 by 56 scope. The Mk14 Mod 1 was assembled by NSWC Crane in 2006, where around 500 were assembled. The shorter barrel and general configuration of parts and accessories suggest that this may be a surplus rifle transferred by the US. Most recently, on the 18th of October, Ukrainian Telegram channel Tisk shared a series of photos of a Ukrainian combatant at the range with another Mk14 Mod 1. This rifle's parts and accessories closely match those assembled by Crane for the Mod 1, including an 18-inch barrel with a Surefire FH762KM M14 muzzle device, a Tango Down BG16 FDE pistol grip, a Sage M14 ALCS/CV-BS with a Magpul CTR FDE stock, this time without the cheek riser, a Tango Down BGV Mk46 FDE vertical foregrip, and a Tango Down ACB 4 FDE bipod. The rifle is also equipped with a Nightforce NXS 2.5-10 by 24mm optic and a Dr. MS-01 3.5 MOA red dot sight, which Crane selected to be paired with the Mod 1s. From the very limited imagery available of Mk14 EBR pattern rifles in Ukraine, it appears that the numerous clone builds have been assembled in country, and that the only EBRs which can be identified as likely US transfers are the two Mk14 Mod 1 variants seen so far. If the US was to transfer a significant number of Mk14 pattern rifles, I would expect them to be the Mk14 EBR-RI, the most common variant, some 6,000 of which were assembled for the US Army by TACCOM's Rock Island Armory. It's unsurprising that clone rifles have been assembled by combatants in Ukraine, as Sage International and a number of other US manufacturers offer an EBR pattern chassis, which do offer some improvements over the traditional M14 configuration. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this interesting. If you couldn't keep up with all the parts designations and acronyms, head over to armorersbench.com, where there'll be a full accompanying article for this video. Thank you to colleagues who I consulted with on this video, including one of the guys at Streaking Delilah, Weapons Illustrated, and of course to Yuri as well for giving his insights onto assembling his clone and using it in the field. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do consider supporting us via Patreon and check out the History of Weapons and War app. Both of those are really important, as YouTube is becoming increasingly hostile towards this sort of content. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and please do share the video with friends as well. Thanks again. Catch you next time.